I have one question. If someone died, according that this person's wearing different clothes, is it possible? Someone died by the cloth, and some persons to wearing different cloth, and this wearing this cloth make the cause of the death. Is possible? And for example, can you say? Do you believe in the West?
You mean direct cause of death? Like some.
Do you have any example?
Someone has a scarf, and this scarf gets stuck in some machine, and then gets strangled. This can be.
Maybe not.
Then what do you mean?
Mean is like any kind of someone's normal way to wearing the cloth. May you think it is make the like kind of the belong life or support to your life, but certainly this wearing this cloth make the cause of the death.
The quality, maybe. The product should be carried, I don't know. Exactly. Maybe plastic in the clothes, I don't know.
Maybe when they're growing, I'm sorry.
Can you say
Maybe
what?
When they're growing, the cotton is treated with pesticide, and when you're making the clothes, they're really toxic. Like this is a real
Intoxicated.
Intoxicated, yeah, because they're not growing naturally.
It's
And
possible to make death.
Yes, it is. It's a real threat. It's not, for example, now it's a lot of organic cotton, for example, but because there is a threat, I think.
And do you know, it's like, for example, some clothes. One person's wearing this cloth is quite very well, no problem, no die, no dangers. But this cloth to give to others, or others took this cloth and to wearing, and then this person is immediately to sick, dying. Do you believe that?
Yes. Allergy.
Okay. Wow. How?
Because there are flies in
Flies.
Like allergy. Some people, they are allergic to some
Allergy, yes.
fabric.
Allergy, yeah. You don't say other things? Huh? Karma? No, they need to talk about karma. Okay.
I believe everything written in this book.
Yes, and yeah, the Dana?
In 90s, in post-Soviet countries, there was this situation when people were stopped during night because there was not too much light on the streets by other people, and they were asking to give all the clothes, otherwise they die. This is a cause. to be robbed, yes. And if not, then sometimes it happens that they would like to take all the clothes and still want to make fun and kill the other person. Is that the cause of clothes?
Yeah, this is possible. Yes. Mount Clotilde?
I was thinking maybe colors, some elements and colors which would not match.
What?
I was thinking colors. Maybe
Colors.
colors.
Color.
Color.
Black, yellow, green.
Why not?
Okay. This is like kind of the materials, bacterias, and also it's like some sickness. And this is the possible, but sometimes it's like you wearing some dirty, no bacteria. Maybe in our westerns you can't see the bacteria, but sometimes like you can get some energies. It's quite good. It is like can make the cause of the death. I mean, it's like we are thinking in the word. This in the book, it says like even the food, clothes. And when you talk about clothes, which kind of, it's possible. It's very different ways. Maybe if you don't much to think, maybe it's much the better. If you a little bit too concerning, they say this to take care. Then sometimes it's like when you one person's clothes to the others, to wearing, it is influence, energy, or sometimes become handicap, and sometimes inside the channel block, and inside sometimes energy lost, and then it's make the cause of the death. That means it's like we are clarified more how the clothes to make the cause of the death. And that's one. And do you have another chit-chat? Do you have other to say something? Not that now, this forget, there's other.
It's a simple question, but what about second-hand clothes? If energy of clothes can damage as you said, your own energy, you think it's a bad idea to buy second-hand clothes? Or?
Oh, you mean to energies burn?
To buy second-hand clothes, there is a lot of.
And also, it's taking care. But I'm often too concerning. When I go, often I bought many second-hand. You go to there, it's sometimes it's a very much strange feeling, and it's a taking care. Yes, but one is like a conceptual mind. If you are look more concerning, more dangerous, and almost not you care. Sometimes there is not much dangerous. In this case, the second-hand energies, second-hand shops. It's true. It's taking care. It's they clean up quite well, but. This owner of this cloth, which kind of person, and bacteria. But I mean, it's like maybe good realization. It's sometimes our Westerns to nothing this kind of thinking about, just why not, and not much conceptual way to think in the like. Sometimes it's very very good. It's not very much damaged, but it's some is like. People very much concerning, like very much sensitivity, very much this kind of more concernationalistic. It's much better to take care, because it's possible to can make the death. Wearing the second hand, these things. Yes. And others, it's do you have any? My coffee is finished. And we are now, it's like studying about the impermanent. And it is quite most maybe important for us. And why not? And we do not need to reject, to say why I need to study this. Maybe this is like kind of the useless, maybe we need to study different, but this one's quite, when we more and deeply to study according this text, it's a really such a benefit. I have this benefit, I need this kind of educations, because my mind is very much connected to the disturbing emotion. My mind is very much clinging to in this dream world of in this life. And I may believe in like kind of the existence of this life. And I have very strong wrong concept, wrong ideas. I'm forever, I'm permanent. And it's never ever a thinking about the impermanent. If someone's to ask to me, how old are you? Then is how I can to give an answer. Sometimes I'm saying this is a personal questions. You cannot to ask me. Then they say, oh, sorry, sir. But inside, look, even you now cannot tell to your age. If I'm saying it's like I'm 56, 6 or 7, already 7, but in Tibet way 7, but 6 is afterwards. Yeah, what this person's concerning? Am I thinking I'm 56? When maybe in your age, some young times, someone's telling to me the 56 or 57 said, very old person. Now I'm already dead, but still my mind is like concerning I should to be like kind of the long life and forever permanent. Then doing funny things, thinking funny things, and collect funny things. Then it's like a kind of no more. It's like a careless. If we study like this kind of, it is truth, absolute truth. Then maybe I'm calculated my age. Even in my monasteries, some like a classmate, many monks. Many of them is already gone. And someone accident, someone's died, diabetic, different disease. Already there's not anymore in this world. And also my own like kind of mother, really is like my own mother is also 57 or 58 years old, died. And in this perspective, it's maybe few months or few years of my life. Hey, now you need to hurry up to do something. You need to recite mantra, you need to recite the prayer, you need to meditate on in the pit installations. You follow different, your own peerless teachers, what you receive the teachings. It's the time to practice, it's time to do it. And it is very important. Now it's the most task is that. Maybe still when I go to the shops, buying clothes. Why? And maybe if certainly something happened, there is like kind of dirty cloth you give to the second hand or someone's to burn. Not necessarily. You come back to the look at the cupboard. There are a lot. But still there is a buying, kind of collecting. And in this perspective, when I'm studying, reading these books, it is wonderful, really telling to me truth. And when I'm like the moment of the impermanent death process start, obviously, I'm a very strange person. I've been many, many times and to the moment of the death, other people's. And someone is like a wonderful way. Oh, death is not dangerous. Not that's someone is most majorities is horrible, scary. And this kind of this like a still ignored, don't think about, and nothing to preparing. It is a little bit kind of cheating my own self, absolutely cheating myself. If I do that, don't prepare, nothing meditate, just blah blah talk, and it's like do the everyday. Maybe it's the no, like kind of no virtues, and some more doing negative dips, negative conduct, negative like actions, activities. collect more negative things, and then it's like really big cheating to myself. And this is, we need to talk to each other. It is very important to family situations. It's not teaching Dharma and not give advice to you and to each other. Just kind of the says. You know, when it's in the family situations, if there's no food, no cloth, everybody is meeting. What can we do? And you do this, I will do like this. Maybe we can to correspond it together. Maybe we make comfortable life, comfortable something to have enough food, clothes. And then everybody to put effort. Maybe it's like kind of become the comfortable. Like this, give each other suggestions. And in life also like this. This kind of, in the impermanence, thinking about impermanence, how it is the help to us in the family situations. For me, it's like I'm to say, to be together the families, sanghas, friends, it's making me, helping me so much. Today it's like friends, families provoke to me, angry me, criticism to me, I received. Then I'm angry, maybe I want revenge. So no, today I have to practice patience. Maybe it's like dedicate some virtues. Maybe also it is impermanent. Tomorrow, who knows what is going on? And like this, sometimes we say it's like we criticize. Then you accept that this person's like the object per persons. Then finally, the criticizers tired, cannot more criticize, stopped. But if you be challenged to think or to revenge, to say more than, then there is, back, like give back, turn back, like back, how do you say, it's the forward, backwards. There's almost the ending. No, there's no ending. But if you practice, think about impermanent, what is going on tomorrow, is you choose to accept tolerantly, and such is a benefit. How much is the help in our life? In the family situations, children's, parents, brothers, sisters, brothers, and any kind of these situations, it's like to think about impermanent, to think, I'm impermanent, my family is impermanent. Today, everybody alive. I need to more be kind. I want to be more cheerful and become more generosity, more to faith to my families. And here is talking about today we learn there's like 7 noble riches. It's wealthy. It's a wonderful, these ones. Faith, discipline, and generosities, and so on this morning. This kind of more and to make strong into our mind is by the thinking of the impermanent. It is wonderful. And it's a believe or not believe, you accept or not accept, you are Buddhist or not Buddhist. It doesn't matter. The impermanent is our common situation. And any kind of the existence, like kind of transmigrations exist in this world, all of them need to go through this impermanent. And also there's, some this morning is questions, even the animals, even any kind of sentient beings to concerning the death, absolutely. And once I think is in here or some, it's like hawks catching the birds. And suddenly these birds is very afraidly enter into some my window and falling into some in the lap or some in the table. When you catch like this one, cannot fly, even though it's difficult to bleeding or the like kind of the eye. You don't, if that moment is where these birds is filled, so much scaring for this hawk, you know, these small birds killers. And then while you hold it, I did hold it, and then it slowly kind of come back, this bird's mind, and then it's like you bring it outside, you send it, and then they fly, but they immediately to where is some safe place. They are fly. Why? Because they are also afraid, very much to death. And like this, even it's like it's amazing. When I was young, and I was in the city, certainly one yak is become the mad. They want to kill, but this yak to understood. And then he become mad, impossible to catch. But I don't know, it's just like sad things. He's more connected to the Tibetans. I read Tibetan Chuvasa nearby there, and he looked at me very like sadly, kind of taking refuge. But what can I do? I'm very poor, I cannot buy. And there is the owner or the killers, they are surround. Maybe also they are stinginess. If he's run away, they're afraid, lost. But finally, they took a gun and they shoot it. And how much we look at the animals, they are afraid to death. And this is the obvious. We need to concern. We are not animal. We are human beings. In this perspective, we need to do something and to to find the solutions. And the Buddhas also is like kind of many in the great masters, even the Jetsun Malaripa's quotations, how so wonderful. And he says, like I concern that, I run into the mountain, meditate on again and again, but not only meditating on that, it's like the impermanent death. He's like, remind this impermanent, he's like kind of commitment in order to do the authentic Dharma, and then his commitment is more strong, more stabilities, more like kind of established. Like his commitment is become unshakable. And because it's like when we go in the retreat place, sometimes there is wind, cold, no food, sometimes difficult to drink food things. Of course, it's very hard. And the day by day, month by month, year by years, it is to be enlightenment. It's not easy. And in these situations, of course, we can do like few months, maybe completely fed up. Why I'm coming to here? What am I doing? Crazy things. 1 year, someone's be in the retreat, they are mad because they think it's the prisoner. And they want to go run away from this retreat. And this person do not understand, do not turn their mind impermanent. Also not really to receive the basic education. Then they like doing these things is boring, terrifying, just nonsense. But if you understand like this, I'm like impermanent. Okay, today is like not very much food, but I'm doing authentic Dharma. And doesn't matter, maybe I don't know, tomorrow I'm existent or not existent, but I want to stay there confirmingly and unshakably. And day after tomorrow is coming, tomorrow's coming, day after tomorrow coming, like this. Then they are like the sitting in the retreat, solitude place, like kind of very strong, unshakably. Then they becomes also is like very much quickly be enlightenment. And also it's when we are like in these situations, and when we are doing some authentic dharmas, and okay, I did today, I did yesterday, I did this month. There's a kind of the how do you say it? kind of contentment or kind of the satisfaction, to kind of the enough things. But we did or not, we really to practice Dharma or not, we need to look at our minds. And also it's like we do not understand the impermanent. We have such hope. And yeah, I'm today, maybe tomorrow I will become the enlightenment. Then what are you going to do? Maybe I'm not dying. Maybe I will become the great master, great teacher. I can to control. I become famous. I become rich. And this kind of concern. But to think about impermanent, today I'm on compilation. Tomorrow I'm die. And that is that I done such benefit. There's nothing can until I might die. And before I'm die, I'm nothing concerning. I want to become the rich. I become the kind of powerful. I want to become such in the worldly things. I'm just concerning the Dharma. That is the authentic way to practice, isn't it? That is the marvelous. Then is the Dharma is become successful. Really, the teaching is coming into our heart. There's the change process. And this is sometimes it's we can to say it's very difficult to believe. Maybe it's what it is, Buddha. Who is Buddha? The teaching is what it is. And if you have this kind of course, everybody has a doubt. Everybody. Doubt is good. To make more, it's precise. And then you can to more check the teachings. And once a person told to me, this person wanted to be really good practitioner of the Christianities, and determinedly went to in the church, asked to the priest what I need to study. And fully I want to study and to really, and also could you give me something is a reasonable teachings. And then it's a little bit uncomfortably. Then he's not satisfied, this person is. And only it's you can to tell to says, maybe I'm just nothing criticized, but it's okay, God is everything, God take care of you, God has everything, the strength, power, Then you need to logical, kind of the established. So really, many our European people has doubt. Really, it is when we be in for example, Jesus Christ, such kind of Bodhisattvas, wonderful, and his teaching we changed very much. But maybe his teaching is the marvelous, extraordinary. I think I heard he's talking about the reincarnation. He's talking about the compassion. He's talking about the karma and causalities. And even the wonderful things, when I watched his history, biographies, once in the tourism, when his areas was there, and one lady, she done some thing, I don't know, but these ladies did something negative things. Then everybody need to pick up the stone, thrown to her. They need to die. They need to kill. And they started it. And Jesus Christ arrives. He says, "What we doing?" And they say, "We need to kill this lady, because this lady's done some negative things. It's necessary. This is our traditions." But he says yes, maybe our tradition, maybe not. And the first time all the times, who is through the stone through to her, all these doers, did you never done any negative things? Who is the kind of the pure persons in this community? These persons do it. Nobody cannot to say I'm a pure. Stopped. And he saved. Like this, there is a little bit same way of the Buddha. And Buddha is you remember, you look inside, and he's coming to and helping to the low castes. Brahmas, very high superiors caste, they say, "Hey, Siddhartha, you are the Brahmas race. You cannot even touch to low, like inferior castes, because you can to receive some disease. And it's like then he was very angry. Why not we not help? And it's God to kind of the angry if you do like this. And then he says, very gods, Shiva or the Ishvaras, and they don't want to help, and these suffering beings, if they don't help the suffering beings, which kind of? He's like kind of against. Of course, all the Brahmas angry, but he did this way. And it's such compassion and like this. And I mean, it's like whatever you follow, my meaning is if you follow something, any spiritual path, you need to study deeply, confirmly, to have clearly into your minds. And that is then really, I can to feel, not really only the feel, logically to something. For example, today this week we are studying the impermanent. Of course, unpleasant, but impermanent is the truth, telling truth. And it's 100% one day we need to go under this impermanent. That moment, what we need to do. So. And then it's like we're talking about the authentic dharma. So authentic dharma means how we can to generate bodhicitta, how to more to develop the bodhicitta, how we can to realize the bodhicitta, and compassion. And that is the benefit for the death. And this kind of is quite very important. Why not to study? It's very important. Therefore, we are studying in this book. And now it's like we are like really to study the impermanent until we are reach that stage of the really confirm. And then it's also the Buddha, he said that. And this is a quotation of the Buddha. And to meditate persistently on impermanence is to make offerings to all the Buddhas. And when we do that, need to make the accumulation merit, and kind of we say is the offering, all the Buddhas of the past, present, futures. If we can look at this equivalent, how it is the like kind of accumulation or the benefit, even if you meditate on impermanent, like the persistently on impermanent, and meditate persistently on impermanent, much better than to make something offering all the Buddhas past, present, future. And he said that. And also meditate persistently on impermanent is to be rescued from suffering by all the Buddhas. And also it's like when we are meditate persistently on the impermanence, and all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas revitalize it. Maybe it's like sometimes they say it's revitalize or the rescued from suffering by all the Buddhas. And like kind of they recognized this kind of person is superior. And someone's to really meditate on emptiness, maybe this person has chance to realize their own nature of the realities. And like a Buddha and Bodhisattvas could be very happy. And like kind of, is Buddha and Bodhisattvas should to be like parents. For example, some parents has maybe 3, 4, 5, 2, 9, 10, I don't know how many children. When they look in the among of the children, someone's be intelligent, gentle, and to like doing something good, and the parents is very happy automatically. You don't need to give something present. Oh, studying very well, very good. Maybe this child is like become the principal of our families. It is wonderful, and maybe itself to our families. Like this, some sentient beings, which is the child of the Buddha and Bodhisattvas, someone's concerning the persistently meditate on impermanent. Maybe this person is be quickly enlightenment. Maybe this person is quickly become the protector of all sentient beings. These persons may be quickly to become the guide of the sentient beings into the liberations. Maybe therefore the Buddha's Bodhisattvas revitalized to this person, and also kind of the making the from the sufferings. And also it's like meditate persistently on impermanence is to be guided by all the Buddhas. And to be guided, or it's like kind of the like a gift, like kind of the some is like a message, sending signs. For example, like kind of the we can to say the Longchenpa, Longchen Ranjam, when he born in this world, and this the protector of the Ekanzat, she took the his on her hand to took the all the world. And why this child to so much taking care? Maybe this child is become the such a wonderful Buddha, is Longchenpas. And afterwards he's become the extraordinary masters. It's amazing, like Samantha Butter is be a life of the human beings. And like this, it is like someone's really doing, meditating compassion concerning the sentient beings and concerning the impermanence. Bodhisattvas, we don't need to practice almost it. They naturally protect to us. They naturally to like kind of the like taking care, and naturally to come into like this to us. Blessing is we don't need to ask. Automatically it is coming. Therefore, guided by the older Buddhas. And to meditate persistently on impermanent is to be the blessed by all the Buddhas. Totally, absolutely. We don't need to recitation mantra of the any Buddhas. We don't need to recitate any praise the Buddhas. If we just to meditate on the persistently on impermanent, and to do something is like concerning that is blessed by the all the Buddhas past, present, futures. Naturally. Therefore, Buddha he said, of all the food paintings, the elephant is the outstanding, biggest. It's almost a big food painting. It is the elephant. Nothing there is more bigger than that. Like this, in the among of the meditations, in the among of the some doing the positive, and it's like the Dharma inside. The meditating on the impermanence, persistently meditate persistently on the impermanent. That is the biggest, profounder, and most important meditations. And just so, of all the subject of meditation for a follower of the Buddhas and Buddhas, the idea of the impermanent is the unsurpassed. Absolutely, in the one we are following the Buddha's path. Buddhist is like a path or the Buddha step. Inside is to thinking about or meditate on the impermanent. It is the unsurpassed. It's necessary to think about that. That is the the basic, and it can give you realities. Impermanent. It's a kind of the nature of the relative reality. More meditate on the impermanent, we're more concerned in the relative. If we're more concerned in the relative truth, maybe we are more approach the reality and the truth of the true nature of the realities. And therefore, it is the wonderful things like this. I think as we are doing not kind of funny things, we are studying not nonsense things, useless things. We are studying quite important things, and therefore I want to stop there. Sonamdaya tamche zipanyo, tonini pudanapa. Yeganan chivalan tribaya saban solin drokandrova, sho shonchu senchu rumboche, mashi pan. Yejirji shipa nyamba me batang koni kandan pera, sho.